Hello, everybody. This is the 19th of September 2018, and this is me and my big head because for some reason my camera is showing me in such a big way. So I'm going to be talking head today for you. I am the sole attendant person here of this meeting. No worries, we can still do it. Today is going to be quite a short meeting because we have approximately half of the team in Portland attending a workshop. We have Patrick being busy with some private stuff on the side because there are emergencies in life, and we have Joni working hard with the product teams as well on some new updates for you. Therefore, I'm going to walk you through a rudimentary agenda, but there are still some really important, interesting updates for you to enjoy if you're interested. So, as always, you can find the agenda on SUMO and on the Slack channel. I share them in both places. And if you're lurking, thank you for being a lurker. This meeting is going to be fairly short. It's just going to be me explaining what's going on right now and answering maybe some of the things that were coming up over the last week. So let's just jump in. First of all, we have the community roundtable part. Where we have two hot items happening. Basically, we have a discussion about the links to third-party download sites for Firefox, and not only, so basically anything that touches Firefox or Mozilla software. And indeed, there's a short discussion, but very important, about making sure that we don't link to any third-party download sites for any Mozilla-related software, with one slight exception of a portable apps site for the portable Firefox. But yeah, generally, please always use official links that have mozilla.org or mozilla.com in the URL. As much as possible. If there's no such link, just maybe mention something using its name, but please do not direct people to sites that Mozilla does not have any involvement with directly, or cannot control what appears on them. And there's quite a few of those sites out there, so yeah, if you ever see something that you doubt whether this is the right thing to link to, please ask in the forums, or ask any of the admins, or ask anybody in the community. But yeah, do check with 1 or 2 or 3 different people just to make sure. Okay. Thank you for that. And I link to the discussion in case you have any questions, or if you want to participate in that regarding the third-party download links, you can, of course, participate. Absolutely. Then we have a very interesting discussion with quite a few people getting involved about putting an informative banner before the updates. So basically, upcoming changes, upcoming updates to Firefox, for example, that would help, according to Enigma, who posted the initial post in this thread, that would help avoid some questions from users who are basically confused about stuff changing slightly or being removed, or things changing in Firefox in general. It is an interesting idea. So I definitely, first of all, invite you to the discussion that has been going on for quite a while. And yeah, it's something that has popped up again after a while. But yeah, I would just say kind of figuring out what's going on with the browser, or figuring out what's going on with the software that is being used, is usually up to the user. And because we don't control that environment, and we don't control what's happening on their computer. Simply, they could have ancient versions of Firefox out there, and we have no idea which version they're updating from to which one. And also, we could be showing some banners, but that would probably make the site more cluttered. And every single time you use Firefox and you go to help, you can always take a look at, about Firefox. You can go to the help site and so on. You will see which version it is. You can actually click a link about the release. You will go to the release notes. And this is a standard practice for all software out there. So, we do show what's new, we do show what's fixed, we do show what changed, what developer tools have been added, and what stuff is actually still staying as unresolved. All this is available on the release notes page, and the release notes page has been updated and is regularly being updated for each release by the product team, and they're doing an amazing job with it. So by all means, please use the general release notes page as the best source of information for that, because also we don't really control what's happening with Firefox on the support side. So yes, we do have a direct line to the support team. Yes, we work on the same side. It's the same piece of software and so on. But sometimes there are last minute changes, sometimes there are things happening because of certain design decisions, and we would probably be the last ones to learn about it. What we can do is basically just mitigate the, I would say, update shock. We could maybe call it this way, and tell people like, listen, there are release notes. You can access them through the browser itself, or you can just go to this URL, take a look. Everything is explained. We have, we really have we have walkthroughs. We have key shortcuts. Everything is linked from the help part. So when you go to the burger menu, as they call it, and you go to the help section, there are quite a few links there that will help you even tell us if, for example, you don't like a new change. You can absolutely use, there is a link for that. You can send your feedback and you're more than welcome to do so. And you can learn about all the things that are happening in Firefox. So please use the software the way it's intended to be, and hopefully you will not be confused. I think maybe this is more about a campaign. Maybe this is something we could figure out with the product team, about a campaign towards user awareness regarding information available from Firefox itself about the updates and so on. And the product team very often for new features tries to highlight them or tries to explain them in an interactive way. So it's not like it's always a big black box of mysteries and, like a Pandora box where you open things and then stuff happens. We trust our users to be smart, and if they need help, we're there for them, basically. We're skipping the next two sections because there's not that much to be shared at this time. I hope that once everybody else is back from their shared work weeks and whatnot, and for your information, we have Madalena, Rachel, and Roland in Portland working together on a research and prototyping workshop, basically learning how to experiment on stuff and so on. So yeah, once they're back on track with the daily affairs, there's going to be more updates in those sections. But I do have a product update, which is quite big. So we have Firefox Reality. It rolled out live this week, and it's available in English. It's not necessarily localizable just yet, so take it easy. There's a blog post explaining how it works, what it does. It's really cool and exciting because it's a new step. It's an interesting area to get into for everybody, I would say, around Mozilla. We've been looking at it for quite a while now, and yeah, just take a look at the blog post. And we do have a KB section, which again doesn't have to be localized. It's English only for now, and that's perfectly fine. But do take a look. It's quite interesting technology. And we do have an Ask a Question section. So Rachel is on top of things. She is checking things, making sure that generally the users coming in will have their questions answered, or they will be directed to the right resources. Roland is on board as well, so we're all aware of what's going on. Do not panic, but it's a new and exciting development. So as always with new things happening, there's bound to be some bumps. Yeah, just take it easy and keep on going the usual way. For the platform updates, a reminder that we have a visual update or a refresh coming everybody's way quite soon. We are in the process, Madalena says that we are in the process of tweaking and ironing out the last small issues that have popped up here and there. For example, part of the UI is still not localizable, but we do have developers working on it to make sure that it's actually going to go into Pontoon when it hits live, so then it will be localizable. So thanks to everybody who reported any issues whatsoever, whether they be on mobile devices, desktop computers, refrigerators, microwaves, whatever you're using to access the internet and our website. Yes, if you see something not working on the preview site, that you can find a link to in the forum thread that is linked in the meeting notes. Please do let us know there what's going on, and we'll try to address that one way or another. Or we're going to simply wait a bit longer for the design to be perfected and to include all the things that we need. Moving on to the knowledge base and localization updates, we've had over 360 edits in the knowledge base in the last 7 days, so huge thanks to everybody who participated. As always, you're making it happen, so without you, our users would be quite doomed, I would say, or lost without your help and without your expertise when it comes to translating stuff. We have some content updates. So I already mentioned Firefox Reality being not necessarily up for localization. There are 5 new articles. Take a look at them. They're quite fun to read in general. I mean, things like VR headsets and whatnot, and cool apps that you can use for expanding your sensory experience of the web. Always welcome. So take a look, but you don't have to localize unless you really feel like, very cyberspace. You can just jump in and try something. Why not? You're more than welcome to do so either way. And we have Screenshot Go, which is a version of screenshots. Basically, it's coming up in beta later this month. There is one article, and yeah, this is also going to be introduced a bit later by, I hope, Roland. And yeah, next week you'll probably learn more about this. Also, we have the first updates from the support team from our side on the official LTN blog coming soon. So bookmark the official LTN blog, the localization blog, if you haven't yet. They do monthly reports, irregular ones, but basically they try to summarize every month and try to share with the whole community what is going on. And we're a part of this now. So it's really good to be there, and I'm very happy that there is still some space for us because those reports are usually very informative and very full of interesting tidbits on all different levels of localization and community building around languages at Mozilla. So that's really great. Okay, for the support forum and social support, like I said, Rachel's busy, but just to remind you, Firefox Reality, the forums, the ask a question flow for Firefox Reality are there. You may see some people maybe in the social space asking about things and so on. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, the procedure is always the same. Post in the forums or ask around or ask any of the admins and we will help you out, okay? There shouldn't be a huge fire drill necessary for this. It's not a, how to put it, it's not a launch that would affect billions of users or millions of users, but there may be quite a few expert users, asking some tricky questions or trying to figure out what exactly is going on, how things are working. So that could be interesting to troubleshoot for those of you who are already professionals when it comes to using virtual reality products out there. We'll see in the coming few weeks how things roll and in which direction and what exactly is needed for Firefox Reality to be successful as a Mozilla product, as a new Mozilla offering for the users out there. And that, my dear friends, is more or less the agenda for today. I'm just going to check all the different places where you can potentially be asking questions or commenting on what I just said, and it seems to be fairly quiet. So I'm going to thank Khan for being our co-pilot today and making us go live in a stream and making sure that everything is working. And I'm going to thank all of you for being there for the users. Please keep being awesome because without you, we would not be able to do any of this, and I mean it. And we'll see you around. Take it easy and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.